Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on One Piece Volume 8. Uh, so last volume, we ended off in the middle of the Baratier arc. Don Krieg had just released his poison gas, and we sort of pick up from there. Um, Gin is dying from poison gas. Um, Luffy gets mad, and then we really get into the Don Krieg Luffy fight finally. Um, it's been a bit since I read the last volume, so I don't really remember how much fighting we got last time. I know he shot Luffy with a couple of those little spikes that you see on the cover of this volume, but I don't remember how much we got. But like a, a bulk of the fight is here, and we finally wrap up the Baratier arc. Um, Luffy beats Don Krieg. Um, Gin, for some reason, is unable to sort of abandon Don Krieg. Um, and so he grabs Don Krieg, and everyone takes off. Um, and then we get sort of Luffy trying to get Sanji to join him. Sanji eventually agrees, and then we get sort of we get the send off, right, of Sanji leaving the Bratier, which is a great moment in this series. I don't know, it's one of my favorites. Just sort of because they're all hostile the whole time. Like all the chefs and Sanji and Zeph, and they're all bickering and fighting all the time, and just sort of seeing the send off. Like, yeah, they fight, they argue, um, but they're like a family there, and it was really nice. I like that part a lot. Um, there was a part I don't remember. I don't think this happened in the manga, unless I just don't remember. In the anime, I remember a part where Zeph basically offers Luffy his logbook from when he was on the Grand Line, and Luffy refused it. I don't remember that happening here. Huh. Oh, there was also something else that happened that I don't remember from the anime. I don't remember if they showed Sanji start to smoke in the anime. Because this is something I didn't remember, but basically he was still a kid and he started smoking, and when he was like able to just smoke normally, naturally, he's like, "Look, I'm a man now." It was silly and fun and something I don't really remember. Um, so anyway, Bratier is over. Uh, Yosaku, whose name I couldn't remember last volume, but I remember it now. Yosaku arrives, asking, well, basically saying, "Hey, Luffy, uh, we got an idea where Nami's going, and it doesn't look good. We need your help." Um, so Luffy, Sanji, Yosaku take off, and they're heading to Arlong Park, which is the next arc, and I'm very excited because I like that arc a lot. Um, so Sanji, Luffy, Yosaku are on the little ship heading to where Nami and what is it, Usopp, Zoro, and Johnny are. Um, and we get basically some lore, right? Yosaku just starts explaining some things, right? Um, he brings up that there are basically what did he say? Basically three powers in the Grand Line. One of them is the Seven Warlords. So we're finally introduced to the Seven Warlords here. He says that Mihawk, who was in a couple volumes ago and almost killed Zoro, um, Mihawk is one of the Seven Warlords. And then he also brings up another character called Jimbei, who is a fishman, and he's one of the Seven Warlords. And Arlong is, or used to be, basically Jimbei's equal. Um, and so now Arlong is basically terrorizing the East Blue, while Jimbei is being a Seven Warlord in the Grand Line. Um, all right, so we meet Arlong in this volume. I like Arlong as a villain. I think he's fun. We basically get introduced to him bribing a marine. Um, and there was one panel that I just want to talk about because Arlong's a shark. He's got the sharp teeth. There's one panel in this where he just has regular, like, flat human teeth, and it looked really weird. I don't know what happened there, but somebody made a mistake and gave Arlong regular teeth, and it it was kind of uncomfortable to look at. Um, so yeah, we meet Arlong. Um, we learn that he's basically terrorizing this island. Uh, and we learn that Nami is actually a part of Arlong's crew. She's got a tattoo on her left arm, I believe. Um, so yeah, and then we get Usopp, and then we see a bit of them in this volume. Um, Usopp, Zoro's still injured. His injuries have not healed. Um, because with sort of like shonen manga like this, you never know. Like even Luffy, he got pretty injured by Don Krieg, but by the time they were on the ship, he seemed fine. Uh, but Zoro's injuries were bad enough that he's still hurt. Um, and so basically, we get uh, Usopp goes to the island, interacts with a couple fishmen, and then he is knocked out and then brought to the home of the character Nojiko, who we learn is Nami's sister. Uh, Usopp sort of learns that that Nami is a part of Arlong's crew, and Nojiko is also sort of um, interested or surprised when Usopp talks about how um, like Nami was sort of laughing and having fun with them on the ship and whatnot. Um, and then the volume ends with us sort of seeing the character Gen, um, who's got all those scars all over his body. And the only reason I'm really bringing him up is because I know he becomes important to the arc later. And that's basically it. This is a good volume. I like the Baratier arc. Baratier is sort of where, when I was watching the anime, I watched up until Usopp's arc, the Syrup Village arc, and I didn't like it, and I stopped. And then a while later, I picked it back up. And the Baratier arc is sort of where it picked up for me, and I was sort of hooked. Right, the Zoro versus Mihawk fight, um, and then Luffy versus Don Krieg, I thought was a lot of fun. And now we're in Arlong Park, which is one of my favorite arcs. I think it's a lot of people's favorite arcs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The Buggy cover story is still going. Um, at the end of last volume, Richie became the new captain, and then at the beginning of this episode, they were captured and they're now being cooked by like I don't know people that live on the island. Um, Buggy and the mysterious woman are making their way, and then the last one had like the people who captured Richie untied Buggy's body parts, and then they started freaking out and attacking them. I don't know. Buggy cover story is still going. Not a lot happening there. Um, as a volume, uh, I think this was a pretty good one, right? A lot of stuff happened. We wrapped up an arc. We got to a new one. Started that one. Um, so I'd say this is a pretty good volume. Obviously, not a good standalone volume, but we're well past that point. I don't think there was a point. Only the first volume really felt like you could pick it up and read it on its own. Um, but yeah, this was a good volume. Um, and and now we're getting on to some of my favorite in the series. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.